Two main WHRDs come to mind. Mahienour and Masry. Mahienour is a very well-known WHRD who works on a variety of issues. She has been very active, in the field of the rights of workers and labor rights, the rights of Syrian and Palestinian refugees. She's the coordinator of the No to Military Trials group in Alexandria. And she's been, actively taking part in all the demonstrations, the uprisings taking place. And she was very active even before the revolution in Alexandria Governorate. Mahienour basically was, imprisoned in two cases. Currently, she's imprisoned in the latter case, which actually, weirdly enough, dates back to the time of Mohammed Morsi, in the case known as Al Ramla police station, where she's currently serving a year and 3 months imprisonment verdict at Al Abadiyya prison in Damanhur city in Bahira Governorate. And before that, she was imprisoned in the same prison, Al Abadiyya, for the case that was known as the Khalid Saeed trial case. Another case is Esraa Taweel. She's currently also imprisoned at another women's prison. She was actually she remained for a long time. No one knew where she was. She was abducted, and whenever her family members or friends went to inquire about her, at the Ministry of Interior or different police stations, they were told that they had no information about her, when in fact, she was obviously arrested. And the case of Esraa is quite important because she has serious injury in her back, and she uses crutches to be able to, to move, basically. And her sister and, Amnesty, because Amnesty are really adopting her case and working vigorously on it. It's told by them that her even physical state is deteriorating, and, her sister keeps posting her letters on Facebook, and I think that the last letter, Esraa was saying that she cannot bear spending any more time at prison anymore, and she wants to get out by any way. In regards to the pardon, like the statement we had published along with international feminist groups and human rights groups, of course the fact that, some WHRDs and activists are out, of course that's welcomed. But for us, that comes very late, because they weren't supposed to be imprisoned in the first place. They were imprisoned under an unconstitutional and very oppressive protest and public assembly law that does not adhere to international standards at all. Many of them were practicing, their right to freedom of expression and peaceful assembly. And, they were basically arrested and spent, time in jail. And for us, 1 day at jail is far too long. And it's good that they're back to their families, but they shouldn't have been in prison in the first place. And also, as you referred to earlier, the fact that many others were not included in the pardon, raises a lot of question marks. On what basis did you pardon some and not pardon others? So something is not really understood here. And we've been calling for forever, advocating left, right, and center, for the Egyptian government to adopt the WHRD resolution that was issued in November 2013 for the work of women human rights defenders to be recognized by the state and the Egyptian government, to provide mechanisms for their protection, to not have them become violated by both state and non-state actors, and to actually, consider and work with them as agents of change, But that's not the case at all. Basically, the work that's being done on advocating for them needs to be continued and even multiplied, because now, you have the grounds where some were released while others weren't. So, you have a kind of like a double standard, why release some and others not. And, honestly, lately, ever since, like the sort of lingering crackdown on civil society in Egypt, we don't think that the international community, in terms of states, have been, prioritizing per se human rights issues in Egypt. But, we strongly urge them to really adopt the case of those who haven't been released yet.